What is going on? Welcome to Greggles TV. This is a review, obviously, for the Oakley HSTN Meta AI glasses. And these retail currently, these are the limited editions, go for about $500. Now they are gonna come out with a $400 version, probably sometime after this video, shortly, probably within the first couple weeks of August, maybe late August, but sometime in August, I believe, they will be coming out. Now, I've already compared these to the Ray-Ban Metas, and I will tell you right off the bat, I personally would rather choose the Ray-Ban Metas, and I talk about that all in the video. So this one's really gonna be just about these glasses and my experience with them over the past 2 weeks or so. Let's start off with the case and the looks of these. First of all, the case is absolutely humongous, USB-C charging at the bottom, but the case is massive, but you also get more battery life with it, up to 48 hours of battery life with the case versus 32 on the Ray-Ban. So that's a great thing to have, but at the same time, it is big, but I can fit it into my pocket on my shorts. It is a little bit bulky, but it definitely fits. Now, if you're wearing skinny jeans or really tight pants, this probably is gonna be either super uncomfortable to fit in there or it's just not gonna fit at all. Also, the style versus what you get with the glasses is pretty lacking. It's black, it's not very stylish at all. It's surprising. They put a lot of style into these and not so much into the case. What about the style of these? I think they're full of style. They probably have a lot more personality versus what you get with Ray-Bans. But like I said, I prefer Ray-Bans. I think the style of it is like cool and it's a classic, and these are screaming out for attention. Like, look at me, I've got these crazy lenses and these white sunglasses and this little bit of a different design. So, you know, if you love that, you're gonna love it. Otherwise, if it might be a little bit too loud for you in terms of the style. So, you know, I don't know, I would say I would pass on the style. I don't hate it. I do wear them on every day, especially when I go on my walks and stuff. But otherwise, I would probably look at the Ray-Bans more so than these for the style. But also with the style of these is that these are for more of a smaller head frame. I have a pretty big head and I have to almost pull them apart a little bit in order to get them to be comfortable. And even still, they're pulling on my head. So if you have a big head, I would say stay clear of these. You can definitely wear them. You can wear them for long periods of time and it's not gonna completely ache your head out. But if you want complete comfort, go with the Ray-Bans. They're a lot more comfortable, especially the large size. Now, the buttons on this and the gestures, I've felt like it's exactly the same pretty much as the Ray-Bans. I haven't really noticed any differences. I didn't notice that these are more better with like the touch response or the buttons or anything like that. It's good, it works good. There is a slight delay, for instance, when I play pause a song, I'll press it and it doesn't automatically stop. There is like a half a second or a second delay on that before it actually pauses the music, but that also happens on my Ray-Bans. But otherwise, the buttons and everything work great. Now, battery life on the case, like I mentioned, it's really good, up to 48 hours, better than the Ray-Bans. And these also have better battery life than the Ray-Bans, but it's not a huge deal. They talked about getting up to 8 hours of battery life. I haven't seen anything up to that snuff. I've been closer to 5 hours, maybe a little bit over that, closer to that, depending upon what I'm doing, mixing that around, sometimes 4.5, 4 hours. So really you're gonna settle, I think, into 4 to 5 hours of mix usage from doing AI and music and talking on the phone and just wearing them around. Yeah. Otherwise, if you're not really doing anything, you potentially, I guess, could get 8 hours. But I'm always either taking a phone call, getting notifications, listening to music or a podcast or a video or something like that. So again, you're gonna get better battery life than the Ray-Bans, which will settle around about 4 hours at the most for me anyway. With these, you're gonna get definitely more. If you use that same kind of usage, you get up to 5. You might possibly get more, but otherwise it's not drastically more. Speakers on these are very comparable to the Ray-Ban Metas. If anything, I mentioned that they seem a little bit quieter than the Ray-Bans, but otherwise it's so close. When I'm just switching between the two, I don't really notice a difference in that regard. So quality of the sound is good, but also with the quality of sound, it's not, these aren't like when you listen to your music or your whatever you're doing, like audio, it doesn't sound as good as earbuds. It also doesn't sound as good as over-the-air headphones. So those are always going to sound better. So keep that in mind. But these are so convenient having the audio built into here while also being able to take photos and videos and AI and take phone calls. And the phone calls are excellent. I never, ever have anyone complain about my voice or anything. They always hear me, have it be in traffic, at home, windy day. It's all been great. They have really, really great microphones. But again, the speakers are good. I mostly use these as my audio source nowadays for most of my things. You're not going to wear these on a plane and listen to music. You won't probably be able to hear it because of all the noise. But you know, when you're walking around or you're in your house or things like that, it's perfect for it. Now these have AI and all that stuff. It works perfectly fine. I've got the newest version of 17.0 software at the time of making this video. So it's great to be able to ask what something is or have a conversation with the AI. I love that you can switch the voices around like you can on the Ray-Ban Metas. All that's the same. There's a lot of cool features in these glasses with all of that stuff. It's not a drastic change from the Ray-Ban Metas, really no change at all. And, but otherwise, these things are so cool. Like, I can't recommend these types of glasses enough. I mostly use them for listening to music or some kind of audio. I love doing my phone calls on these because, like I mentioned, the microphones are so good, and the quality of what I hear as well, I can completely hear what people are saying. I love when I'm just walking around, I'm like, you know what? I don't feel like taking my phone out and I want to get a hands-free video. And I just turn this on, or I tell Meta to turn the video on, and it just works. And I can create this cool content of first-person view, and it's just so cool to share that on social media or with friends and family or on my channel. It's just amazing. I love the fact that I can do that. All with, the buttons or AI, all of that's really, really great. So I would definitely recommend getting glasses. If you have a small head, definitely try these out. If you love a lot of style and personality, definitely look at these glasses, or also have more colors at a later date. And feature to feature, they're basically exactly the same as the Ray-Ban Metas. And speaking of audio and video and photos, they seem a little bit clearer to me, not massively different, because these can go up to 3K video on here, and it's negligible at 1080p versus 3K. And with that, you can go from 50 minutes of recording time with the 1080p version of recording. But then if you switch it to 3K in the settings, you end up dropping down to 35 minutes. So, it puts it almost equal with what the Ray-Bans get with 30 minutes of 1080p. And there's not a huge difference, like I said. So I'd probably say to stick to 1080p and get good quality video, but save a lot of battery life if you're gonna record a lot of video. And again, it's a little bit clearer. Videos are a little bit clearer, but not a massive difference. So with that said, would I recommend these over the Ray-Ban Metas? I would not. I don't think it's worth the price difference. But if you have a small head and you want a lot of style, like I mentioned multiple times, get these. I think you'll love them. I love the lenses in here. It's a really pleasing, relaxing kind of vibe, especially when the sun's, and it's a nice blue sky, looking up to it, it looks really cool, or it's a sunset, it looks really nice. I love that view. And it gets relatively dark, so you feel you're protected with the polarized lenses as well. So I'll link them down below if you want to get them. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you down the road. Peace.